Juwann, looks at the offensive line Saturday with 300-plus rushing yards. You guys were getting some push, allowing some time for Shea Patterson. Can you kind of just walk us through what the good things that you saw out of the offensive line?
I think one of the biggest things I saw going forward was probably confidence. I think that getting that win on our belt is going to help us moving forward and, trusting ourselves and trusting each other as an O-line, as a quarterback, as an entire offense. I think that going forward, that, just building momentum is very important. I think that is going to pay dividends in the future because it's going to allow us to, build off what we did last week, into this week, and just continue to build momentum going forward.
What was the message from Coach Warner from week 1 to week 2?
The message is consistent. It's just consistent. It's continuing to learn what you're doing better. Continue to fight each and every down. Don't give up. Play with a chip on your shoulder. Just continue to fight regardless of the outcome, and it's paying off. And I think that having him as a coach has been positive. I think that we're just going to continue to play at our full potential, best of our ability.
Does it help at all to have that first game against a tough defensive line and have those, go up against those types of ends, like right out the gates?
Yes and no. I mean, we'd like to have come out with a W, but I mean, it is what it is. It's happened. It's in the past. Football is a game that's changing daily, hourly, by the minute. So I mean, things happen. But it was good because, it allowed us to see where we were and against, a difficult opponent, a good opponent. And I think it's giving us a benchmark for what we have to work on going forward and continuing to be better, be a great team.
Juwann, what stands out to you about Caesar?
Caesar, his personality is probably the biggest thing, but I think that Caesar has the ability to be a great leader going forward. I think that him stepping into this role now is gonna help his collegiate career and potentially his professional career going forward. I think that he's grown every day and he's doing his best at center to help us all out, and he's taking on a big role. I think that having him at center, I feel comfortable, and I think that he's always out there doing his best.
What's unique about his personality?
He's just a funny dude. He's goofy. He's not like a lot of other O-linemen. He's very outgoing, talkative. Not what you would expect out of somebody who just plays O-line, from at least historically, personality-wise, I guess.
Juwann, two-part question. Could you grade yourself from Saturday? What did you do well? What do you want to improve on? And where's your confidence level at? You've been fighting for a spot now for a couple of years. You have this opportunity now. Where's your confidence level?
Well, to answer that first part, I have the utmost confidence in myself going forward. I think that I have the ability to do great things. It's not a question of, what other people think. I think that going forward, I'm just going to do my best and try to make the best of the opportunity I have now and continue to come out here every day focused on what challenges are in front of me. And I mean, I want to win, and I know everyone else on this team wants to win, so that's what's important. So that's what I'm going to do.
Grading yourself from Saturday?
And on the grade, I thought that I played decent. I mean, I'm never going to be happy with my play unless there's a pancake or I'm putting someone on their back every play, but that's unrealistic, so I'm just going to continue to keep fighting, doing better. I thought that I played all right, but there's always going to be things to fix. Football, that's how it is.
Juwann, was confidence an issue for you last year?
I wouldn't say it was an issue last year. I mean, something I've worked on. It's something that's always going to be something to work on. It's never, it's not a static thing. Some days are better than others. I think that this year is what I'm most focused on. I think that each and every day just got to come out, give it my all.
What are your biggest gains from last year? Not only maybe body-wise, but I mean technique-wise. You feel like you're a better pass protector. I mean, where do you see yourself kind of going upward?
I'd probably say, in probably passing and run. I feel like, I've put not that I haven't put a lot of effort in the past, but I've really, this being my last year, I've put a lot of attention and focus on just not only just football as a whole and paying attention to our opponents, but also just like myself, working on like my physical abilities, like just like from football techniques and also just like nutrition and all around trying to squeeze everything out of this year as much as I can.
Is there anything that Ed Warner's done since he's come to kind of help you get to another level?
I think probably the simplest thing is probably that the simplest thing is that he made things simpler. I think that that it in the long run pays off a lot, because having things be simplified means that we can move quickly and more aggressively as an O-line. So I think that going forward, having things be like laid out like in front of us will help and pay dividends in the future.
So will simplicity help you? You just said that you want to squeeze the most out of this year.
Yes.
Simplicity going to help you do that?
Yes, I think so.
There's
less to think about.
You guys took some of the blame last year. You got criticized a little bit in the game. Why is this line maybe better than maybe the public perceives it to be?
I mean, what am I trying to say? I mean, because I guess the public doesn't really understand the inner workings of how things go on in here, and I think that there were mistakes, and there's mistakes, and there's always, everyone wants to point fingers, and there are things that happen, but I mean, it's football. I understand that regardless of what happens, O-line's going to take blame for whatever. I've accepted that. Whether it's true or not is not up to me. So I mean, just going forward, just keep focusing on working hard and doing what we got to do. That's all there really is to it.
Do you think the criticism is unwarranted?
I mean, some of it is, but like that's life. People are going to criticize you for everything you do. The sooner you learn to accept that, the better.
Can that be galvanizing for a group? Kind of bring you guys together?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think that people, to anyone, if someone's out here talking about you, you can either curl up and give up, or you can prove everyone wrong. And I think that this team has chosen to prove everyone wrong, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
With the O-line being whether it's an easy target to blame or just somebody to blame, something to blame, does it force you guys to maybe have to have a little bit thicker skin and not really listen to things?
I think that is true. I think that when people don't understand things, they tend to point fingers, and I mean, it's not for us to decide that they point their fingers at us. So all we can do in the future is make it very obvious that we are doing our jobs, and by that, if that means running for 400 yards a game or something outlandish, then that's what we got to do, and that's what our goal is, regardless of whether it's achievable or not. We're just going to continue to fight every day.
Do you think some of that criticism is magnified because the defense has been playing at such a high level?
I think that plays a part in it, but yeah.
You mentioned improving your confidence this year, focusing on that. Do you think this is kind of like mindset you could have taken last year? Do you think you would have improved in that sense? Just saying, like facing criticism.
Yeah, I think that it takes time. Like it's not something that's easy as to have people pointing fingers at you. I think that it's something that takes time. Like I understand my role on this team and as a football player, that the things are always, there are things that are going to happen, things are going to go wrong, people are going to say you suck, but I mean, like, at the end of the day, they can't do what I do. That's why they watch us on TV. So that's why I'm going to continue to just keep doing what I can.
How are you aware of the criticism? I mean, do you read, do you go on social media? I mean, how are you aware of this?
I don't look for it, but I mean, sometimes it's in my face, or I mean, it is what it is. So I'm not too worried about it.
What do you mean it's in your face?
I mean, like you scroll through social media, people retweet things, or you're checking, your Explore page or on Instagram, things pop up, or people send you stuff. But I mean, it is what it is. So.
All right, guys, we're gonna move Juwann out.
Thanks, Juwann.